Hey guys, hope you're doing well. I'm gonna do my intro a little different. I actually already had an intro prepared, but decided to scrap it for a new one. I've already got a good bit of work in. So yeah, I want to go ahead and do another one because I really wasn't sure my original was off base or not. So yeah, the main point of my video I wanted to make, and it comes from a video that I watched this morning from Florida Turf Pros, or Jonathan, Florida Turf Pros. Really good guy, really smart, knows what he's talking about. But yeah, some of these videos, guys, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, I know I've been doing this long enough with the videos. I know what grabs people's attention. And anytime you put a big number like he did on his title, $460 an hour, spreading mulch, you know, it's gonna raise some eyebrows and get some attention, get some views, get some people clicking on that video. So yeah, I know what grabs attention and gets people to click on the link, so to speak. So yeah, a couple things I wanted to bring up just to kind of question it a little bit. And I actually commented on this video kind of questioning him being able to do 30 bags in 30 minutes. He mentioned doing 30 bags in 30 minutes. It cost him $120, and then I guess he triples the price because he charged the customer $350. So yeah, he ended up making, if he did what he said, put the bags out in 30 minutes, that is $460 an hour. But a couple questions I want to have is it really possible to do that in that amount of time? And especially when you're not considering, he didn't consider the time it took him to go get it and bring it over there. He didn't consider that time. It's just the time that he was there on site. So you really got to consider that when you're coming up with your final profit number, in terms of the amount of money per hour. So yeah, that's something he consider. So I want to bring that up. Now I mentioned the fact that it didn't seem like it was feasible to be able to do that. One guy to be able to take the bags off the truck, wheelbarrow them to where you're going to be at, spread them, rip them open, clean it up in 30 minutes. Well, he claims he did, and he gave me a method that he uses to really get them done quick and get it out fast. So it makes sense, but I don't think it would have made that much of a difference, to be honest with you. So yeah, I question that in terms of being able to do that in that amount of time. Y'all let me know, can you put out, in most normal scenarios where you're having to wheelbarrow the bags over to certain areas, can you put out 30 bags in 30 minutes by yourself and spread it and all that and really have it looking good and clean up in 30 minutes? That seems a little far-fetched to me. Maybe 45, but I guess I could see being able to do that if it's a localized area and you're not that far from the bed itself where you park the truck, being able to do that. But it'd have to be a very select situation in order for that to occur, if you ask me, being able to do 30 bags in 30 minutes by yourself. So yeah, either way, you'd have to be really working hard to be able to do that, if that's even possible. I'm just curious if y'all think that is. Maybe so in certain situations. If you ask me, maybe. Most situations, if you're having to wheelbarrow it over from your truck, wherever it's parked, to the bed that you're going to be putting it in, I think it'd take longer than that for sure. But yeah, I'm curious too, guys, what he charged. Is that reasonable? To me, that seems really high to charge somebody that much to do something simple. I mean, let's face it, guys. I mean, it doesn't take a lot of skill and effort to spread bags of mulch. I mean, I know you're having to go get it and bring it over and do the work, but to charge what he's charging, in this case, he said at $460 an hour. Doesn't that seem a little high to you? I'm just gonna say it seems like a bit of a ripoff, if you ask me, to charge somebody that much. Now, certain customers are gonna be a little less price sensitive, but a lot of my customers, they wouldn't go for that at all. They would, honestly, they may pay it, but if they knew it was only taking that long to do it, they'd probably be willing to fire me potentially. So that's something to consider. I'm just curious, does that seem like a fair price to charge a customer in your area? I would say most areas it wouldn't be reasonable to charge that. And he said it in the video, $460 an hour. It just seems high to me, guys. I'm just curious. I mean, you want to make your money and make sure you're, charging enough, but you want to do it in a fair, reasonable manner where you're not, overcharging and ripping people off. So yeah, I'm just curious. Does that seem high to y'all? Because frankly, it seems way too high for me in terms of what I would charge to do something simple. Like spreading some bags of mulch, and that's not a lot of mulch really, but still, when you're having to handle the bags and all that, I do think it would take more time in most situations. Let me know, guys, what you think. Could y'all do that in most situations? Put 30 bags of mulch out in 30 minutes, and would you charge that much Does that seem like a reasonable price to charge a customer for doing that? I'm just curious what you think. Y'all let me know. Talk to you soon. Hey guys, got my free sod here. This actually came out of a dumpster in the neighborhood I was doing a yard the other day. I just noticed it, and my neighbors have been asking me about putting some sod over this little bare area where their playset was. So yeah, told her I'd do it for $200. So yeah, we're just gonna scratch it up, lay the sod down, and put some sand out, and that'll be good. So yeah, $200 quick dollars, shouldn't take that long. Justin's here now, he's pulled up, and Hunter will be here in a minute. Yeah, y'all, good little job, free sod, being resourceful. I'll set you up, you can see. Hey guys, hope you're doing well. A couple points where I point something out that I noticed my guy Justin doing earlier. It's kind of an issue, kind of a problem, and I'll explain why. But yeah, Jonathan commented on my comment and made a point about a method that he uses to make it go fast. And he explained the method as opposed to staging the bags, you know, setting them out individually and then going back, which I mean, I don't know. I mean, either way, if you do it that way or the way he explained, it's not gonna make a big difference in the time. Maybe a little bit in the way he explained it. But yeah, regardless, you're gonna have to be booking it if you're gonna get 30 bags of mulch put out, you know, a minute a bag essentially, obviously. So yeah, I mean, you're really gonna have to be working hard to be able to do that and be able to spread it and all that. And there's some factors that come into play when it comes to being able to do it in that amount of time, if that makes sense. We'll explain more about that later. I got some other thoughts on on what he charged too, if it is indeed taking him 30 minutes to do that. I feel like it's a little high, but anyway, yeah. So yeah, we're knocking them out, guys. And by the way, yeah, I'm short on the sod. That was just kind of a spur moment thing. I saw the sod in a dumpster at a job, close to a job we was doing 2 days ago, and got to thinking, yeah, this lady's been asking me about, you know, putting some sod down. And I finally found the right kind of sod. I wasn't able to find the type of sod I needed with the squares that I could buy around here without having to go to the sod farm, which didn't make sense. But yeah, it's just quick spur of the moment decision I made to go ahead and get some solid out of that dumpster. And unfortunately I didn't get enough, but yeah, I'll be able to go over there and pick some up maybe tonight or tomorrow. I'll be able to finish that job off. Yeah, so anyway, yeah, we're knocking some jobs out, getting ready to spray this yard. We're cleaning the leaves up. So this is a natural area, natural bed area over here. Obviously a bunch of leaves. Typically we'll just blow all the leaves and stuff and the grass clippings into this area. We're mowing the back. So I come around and Justin is blowing all this debris and using the mower to kind of push the woods. Well, I mean, he's spending a lot of time doing that. So I was like, well, what are you doing? You know, asking him about it. And he's like, well, it's something we normally do. Well, the leaves haven't quit falling yet. And here's the point. So the customer didn't ever say anything about doing that. And I told the customer what I'd be charging for going over the yard and spraying. So yeah, if I would have known Justin was gonna do that, if the customer wanted that done, I would have charged more. So he's spending all his time over here doing this without me knowing it. And I didn't charge, I didn't say anything about doing it, or the customer didn't ask me to do it. And again, I would have charged more if we were gonna do that, because it's gonna take a lot of time to get all those leaves up. That makes sense. So yeah, I just told Justin, I was like, just don't worry about that. You know, and he's over here at this other job finishing weed eating and blowing. Yeah, I'm gonna have to kind of blow that to spread it out. In certain, you know, areas there, that natural bed area there, just to make it look more uniform, you know, because yeah, like I said, I already told the customer the price I'd be charging for going over the yard and spraying, and that wasn't included. So yeah, that's just something that just come about. Thought I'd bring it up, you know, make sure. I mean, I don't know. I mean, yeah, Justin shouldn't have done that. He should have at least asked me if we wanted that done, to be honest with you, but he didn't. But it's something I saw, and I was always hold off, and I'll ask the customer if he wants that done, because if he does, I'm gonna charge more to do it. It's gonna take time to get all those leaves pushed to the wood line. But anyway, just thought I'd bring that up. We'll talk about the situation with that video at the end of the video, and I'll bring up some other things I thought, you know, we can discuss. Talk to you soon. Hey guys, made this quick. It's 5:15 now. Yeah, me and Justin, we got done. Hunter actually helped for a few hours after lunch. He's been having some issues with his car battery. So yeah, he was supposed to work all day today, but didn't end up working until after lunch. Met us around 1:30 and we knocked out several in the neighborhood and surrounding areas. So yeah, it ended up being a really good day for sure. We sprayed a lot, got several leaf cleanups done. And let's see here, we laid a little bit of straw that was already at the property. Lady had some straw left over from the job we did in the spring, but yeah, obviously it's dark now. It's about 5:20 now, and after we got done, I ended up finishing up the little sod job. So yeah, I went and picked up a few more scraps of sod, enough to finish it up. Could have probably used another square or two, but it's not a big deal. I ended up putting sand around the edges and watered it real good. I'm gonna take the mower tomorrow and just kind of mash it down, make it look flat as possible, uniform as possible. You know, hopefully it'll blend in and Sarah will be happy. But anyway, yeah, I thought it turned out pretty good. And obviously it's gonna look a little different for a while until the spring when everything, you know, starts coming back up and grows in. But anyway, hey, listen, y'all, I wanna get back to the main point of the video. And Jonathan, we actually commented a few times back and forth, and it was cool. I mean, he had explained, he made a long comment and explained his thinking for charging that. He said he understood me thinking that seemed a little high, and it is, guys. It's high for the majority of your customers. Okay, I was gonna make that point. And I know there's a lot of factors that come into play what you can charge. You know, obviously the area you're in, the neighborhood that these customers are in, and various things. But even my wealthy customers, guys, they're smart when it comes to their money, and they know if they feel like they're being ripped off or not, or if they're overcharging for a particular thing, whatever it may be. So yeah, that's just my thinking. I just think you're gonna have a hard time, regardless of how efficient you are and how good a job you do and all that kind of thing. We're talking about laying mulch, okay? 30 bags of mulch. In this instance, he was able to charge, $350, 120 of that was obviously the cost of the bags themselves. So yeah, he profited essentially $230, and I mentioned before, he actually talked about this in one of the comments when we were commenting back and forth about the time, you know, obviously it takes to go get it and bring it over there and all that. So I understand that too, but that's not really that big a deal. So yeah, he's still, you know, coming out really good. The point I want to make, you know, regardless of whether he's right or not, or he's overcharging or not, the majority of the customers, they're not going to go for it, okay? So that's the main point I want to make. Now, you're going to have some that are not price sensitive, but the majority of customers are going to be price sensitive. So if they know better, if they know what mulch costs, and I'd be curious to know if that particular customer that he charged that, if they knew the cost of the mulch itself, you know. And another thing you got to point out too, if you're charging a customer that for that particular job, putting out 30 bags of mulch, and they're there, and they know you're only spending so much time there, in this case 30 minutes. I mean, yeah, that's something you got to consider too. But yeah, there's different factors that come into play, guys. I just want to make the point that most of your customers are going to be price sensitive, and they're going to balk at that idea of, you know, paying that much in most cases. So yeah, you got to consider that. Again, like I mentioned before, you know, these headlines that YouTubers put out, they're appealing and they sound good and they look good, and they're going to generate a lot of clicks, a lot of buzz, a lot of views. But are they realistic? In this case, I don't think so. So that's the main point I want to point out for some of you guys that are new. Don't go thinking that every homeowner out here is going to be willing to pay that, you know, for this particular situation, 30 bags of mulch. Again, there's factors that come to play in terms of how long it takes. I was curious, and I asked them, or made the comment about, if it's in a localized area, you know, a localized area where it's spreading the 30 bags out, I could see it, you know, being feasible to take that long. But if it's skinnier beds and, you know, you're having to, you know, wheelbarrow the bags themselves a good distance from the truck to the house to the beds themselves where you're going to be laying it, yeah, obviously that comes into play too. But yeah, a lot of factors there in terms of the timing. But yeah, y'all just don't go believe in every single, you know, headline you see. And I've mentioned this before in some of my videos when I've had really good hourly numbers, so to speak, but that's not all the time. That's more unusual than it is normal, so to speak, to get these big, 200 plus hourly rate numbers when it comes to lawn care. But yeah, y'all let me know, guys. I'm just curious when it comes to mulch, especially. I know bulk mulch. I know people charge what, $150 a yard or $100 a yard. I don't know what it is, but some of you guys up north that do it a lot more than I do. But yeah, I'm just curious if y'all think that's high, or is that fair? Again, if it just took me 30 minutes to do it, I'd feel funny about charging that. So that's the point I'm gonna make. Not saying he's right or wrong. It's just, one of those deals where I feel like it seemed pretty high. And again, I don't think the majority of customers are gonna be willing to pay that a lot of times. So yeah, I just want to throw that out there, guys. Say, listen, hope y'all had a good week. Have a great weekend. God bless each and every one of you. Talk to you later.